I heard somebody give advice to a youngster that went along the lines of, do things that will make you proud when you're a little older. I thought that was quite simple and very powerful at the same time. We all do things in our life that we are not very proud of. We have moments where we lose control and you kind of look back and you're like, man, I shouldn't have done that. I should have kept my cool. Why did I let that person get to me like that? But you live and learn, and as you kind of age, as you go through your life, you see more and more in your life, and there's contrast. And contrast is quite powerful. You know, you think you have pain, and then you go through something that's even more painful, and then you're like, well, that last thing wasn't as painful, so now there's a new scale that you go with, right? That previous painful stimuli was, let's say, 10 out of 10, but then you've gone through something completely new, and that belittled your previous max, and so all of a sudden you have a new scale. So we all go through life, and you know, wisdom is kind of gotten through experience, through contrasts, through seeing many different situations. And I thought that piece of advice was really good. You know, do actions, make actions which you think at the time that will make you proud down the track. So things like breaking into a car, or stealing something from somebody, or selling drugs, or whatever high severity of a crime you want to talk about. I doubt anybody is going to be in their 50s, 60s, 70s and be like, yeah, I'm really proud I sold 5 tons of cocaine to people. I don't think anybody feels proud of that. You know, that act is not something that pride is usually associated with. Kind of got me thinking, that thought got me thinking, you go through life and you make all these different choices and you don't really know at the time, maybe some actions you're not really sure if they're going to make you proud down the track. Maybe you don't even know what's around the corner, whether you're making the right decisions or not. It kind of got me thinking, I started this whole squat every day thing, right? And I remember the moment that I considered it. It was a fleeting moment, and I was kind of really attracted to the whole thing, to the whole idea of mastery, practice, skill acquisition, devoting myself to one skill and mastering it. And at the time I thought I'll be really proud to be 50, 60, 70 and be like, man, I really gave this thing a life worth of work, right? Because that's an identity, that's something that you're going to be proud of. Like you found a little niche in your life where you've become a master of it. Whether you get recognition or not, the immediate family is enough. Maybe the next circle of friends, they will always kind of say, oh yeah, I had a mate, or I've got a mate who's squatted 50 years. So if you're interested in talking to somebody that knows a bit about it, I've got a guy. Just that alone, I think, is really cool. I like squatting. I want to be known as somebody that knows a bit about squatting. And then it kind of got me thinking, I went into squatting, devoted all this time to it. And in this journey of mastery of that skill, I've found that I have a natural affinity. I'm more gifted in another skill. And then that skill becomes the primary, purely because it comes easier. You have talent. Now that word talent is something that I've battled with for a very long time. When I was a youngster, I believed hard work trumps everything. But then you see people that are just simply making a mockery of whatever you were talking about, like Messi, right? I don't think he works harder than Ronaldo. That's my personal opinion. But Messi was born to play football. I look at Nikola Jokic, right? He's my favorite basketball player at the moment. I've followed him for years, even before he was the MVP. And I always admired his vision. Always admired the way he played basketball. He makes the game look easy. He doesn't spend all his time in the gym like LeBron James, like Michael Jordan, like Kobe. He spends his summers drinking, partying, comes back and is still the best, despite not working the hardest. He has a God-given gift of seeing basically the future. He reads the game like it's a freaking novel. He sees what's going to happen in advance. He's not reacting to things happening right now. He can see that something's going to unfold, and he's already basically committing to an action which is maybe 4 or 5 seconds yet to unfold. That's just talent. That's just something that he was born with. I'm doing this squat every day thing, and I found a bit of a groove in the last 2 months with this bench press. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I can literally kill myself with the bench press right now. Absolutely put all of my energy into it, and I wake up the following day not feeling anything. As in no pains, no strains, nothing. That little elbow thing is not sorted, and I can just literally go crazy with freaking bench press. I can't do that with squats. I can't do that with squats, and I've gotten a lot of criticism over my journey, and I don't really care about it, but the criticism, some of the criticism is fair. You know, I've tried lots of different things, even before, just so you know, even before when I was squatting once a week, twice a week, I had the same irritations of my hip. At the time, I didn't know. I thought it was just DOMS. But these very same things have now been studied in the last 4 years by me. And there's something about me, the way I move, the way my hips and knees, the way my both legs are. It seems like I've hit a limit of volume that I can tolerate. And we all know that if you want to get stronger, you need more volume, more load, more volume. And that's what drives progress. I've been hitting the rev limiter, and then I get pain, and then I stop, and then I regress, and then I get better, and then I push the volume really hard again, and then I get the pain again, then I stop, and then I regress, and it's been a cycle for 4 years. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe it's just I can't do it. Maybe it's just an element of that is not where my talents lie. Because right now I know I'm going to be hitting more PRs in the bench press. I can simply tolerate the volume required to progress. And that's as simple as it seems in my mind right now. I know what I need to do. I know if I did 10 sets of 5 with 70 kilos, I will get stronger in the squat. Or 5 sets of 5, or whatever the case might be. You pick any number. Any traditional thought when it comes to training, it will work. The question is, can you recover from it? Can you recover from it? I've done 1 day a week and I've had pains. I've done every day, all sorts of different, and I've had pains. And I guess what's kept me interested and kept me coming back is this idea that the squat every day would allow me to discover the solution to my problem, whether it's a muscle, whether it's a... Kept talking and talking and talking. I didn't realize the phone gave out and stopped recording. I put a good minute of thoughts into it, and then I come back and I'm like, oh, look at that. It stopped recording. How cool is that? What was I saying? Yeah, squat every day thing. I thought it was going to help me find the solution. But 4 years in, and still there's a limit of volume that I can tolerate. And I simply can't tolerate enough volume to progress. With the squat, I can't. With the bench press, I am absolutely going crazy with it. Lots of volume, and I seem to be progressing. And it seems in my mind that it's going to continue because I can continuously add more volume. It's that word, volume. But can you take it? That's the thing. Anyway, guys, I'll tie it up here. I got to get out of here. Time to go to work. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.